Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the principles of mental health nursing or principles of psychiatric nursing. Every nurse has to follow some principles while giving care to the patient. These are all the principles of mental health nursing or psychiatric nursing. First one is accept the patient as he is. When we accept the patient will feel more confident and happy because acceptance conveys a feeling of love and care. Nurses must accept, acknowledge, and appreciate the client to increase their confidence while talking. Acceptance creates a positive environment to the patient to explore his feelings and problems. Acceptance must be non-judgmental. Nurses practicing acceptance to make the patient to participate in therapeutic relationship, but acceptance doesn't mean that accept everything what the patient is saying. It's all depend upon the situation and condition of the patient. Now we will see the way of expressing acceptance. First one is being non-judgmental and non-punitiative. When you judge a patient, that affect you more than patient because that will close all the doors of therapeutic communication. So we should not judge the patient simply. Being non-judgmental means a sense of having balance in the approach towards the client. Nurse must observe the behavior of the patient rather than telling what is wrong and what is right. An empathetic approach we have to develop to become non-judgmental. So simply we can say that non-judgmental means accept the patient as he is. Next thing is non-punitiative. Always keep in mind that we must non-punitiative towards the client. All type of punishment must be avoided. There are two types of punishments are. They are direct punishment and indirect punishment. Examples of direct punishment are locking the patient in separate room, not giving food, chaining, restraining, etc. Ignoring the patient, not involving the patient in therapy, not giving answer to their questions are the examples of indirect punishment. Instead of punishing, nurse can give education and psychological support to the patient to change their undesired behavior to desired behavior. Next point is being sincerely interested in patient. Nurse must make the patient to aware that he or she is interested in patient's behavior. Nurse must aware about the likes and dislikes of the patient. Spend some time along with the patient to give confidence to the patient and also approve the patients in realistic way. Avoid fearful situations which create anxiety and tension in patient. To do all these things in the first itself, nurse must study the behavior pattern of the patient. Next point is recognize and reflect the feeling which patients may express. When the patient communicates with the nurse, always focus on the feeling and emotions of the patient rather than points and meaning. After that, try to understand the exact reason behind their emotion and find out the remedies to solve it. Include the patient in every decision making process. For example, when the patient tells, I was about to hit that person, we must understand that he or she is that much angry and tensed on the particular person and trying to express his anger. So, after listening him, slowly understand the reason behind their angry behavior. This way of approach allows the patient to express their feeling easily. Talking with a purpose. Nurse must understand the needs of the patient before talking to the patient. Always use open-ended question while talking. Focus on point while communication with the patient. That's very important. Before talking, understand what's the goal of particular conversation or particular communication. And answer properly and avoid unwanted noise and nonverbal communication during conversation with the patient. Pay attention and listen properly when the patient is talking to the nurse and show some passion towards the work we are doing. These simple tips help the nurse to accept the patient as he is. Next point is listening. Nurse must be an active listener. When the nurse listens to the patient explore their feelings and problems very easily. Nurse should take time to sit and listen to the patient. And nurse must listen both verbal and non-verbal communication of the patient. Be empathetic while listening to the patient. Active listening is very much necessary to analyze the problems and plan of care and always listen with a purpose. And also permit the patient to express strongly held feeling. Next principle is use self-understanding as a therapeutic tool. Nurse must understand herself before starting therapeutic communication or therapeutic relationship. Self-understanding helps the nurse to understand the patient more easily. Self-understanding is essential for the nurse to understand her own limits and delimits, also likes and dislikes. If the nurse is aware about her strength and weakness, she will get confidence and clarity in plan of care. Self-understanding makes them assertive to give chance for others also to talk. To know about ourselves, do communication with other colleagues, or we can say improve the size of open area. From the feedback of colleagues and others working along with them will help the nurse to understand how their behavior affect others. Next principle is consistency is used to improve patient security. Nurse must maintain a consistency in her pattern of behavior, attitude and feelings towards the patient. Then the patient will get more confidence to talk in a freely manner. Consistency is not a skill. We can learn consistency from experiences and practices. This consistency will enhance the interpersonal communication and relationship. Consistent behavior of nurse will increase positive effective treatment. So we can say that consistency is a key principle in mental health nursing and consistency is a key to success. Fourth principle is reassurance should be given in an acceptable manner. Reassurance playing a major role in plan of care. To help the patient to get a relief from their tension, reassurance is very much necessary, but should be given in an acceptable manner. To give reassurance to the patient, actively listen to the patients first. Before giving reassurance, nurse must understand the actual situation and in which way she can give reassurance to the patient. To reassure the patient, encourage the patient to talk and keep comfortable environment. For example, holding hand is a reassurance method, but ensure that you are holding hand in a socially acceptable manner. Fifth principle is patient's behavior is changed by emotional experience, not by rational interpretation. Rational means logical and reasonable. But while dealing with the psychiatric patient, give more importance to the emotions instead of logics, because here you are dealing with the mind of people. Rational thinking always focuses on critical thinking and quality of ideas. We cannot expect that much quality in talking from psychiatric patients because they are here in front of the nurse to express and burst out all the emotions what is suppressed in their mind. So focus on the emotional aspect, not on the intellectual aspects. Sixth principle is unnecessary increase in patient's anxiety must be avoided. If nurse show anxiety while treating the patient, automatically the patient's anxiety also will increase. To avoid this, should not show nurse's tension on patient. Give comfortable environment to the patient. Avoid attention on patient's limitations. Should not give commands. Don't demand the patient. Don't force them to do any work and do not show nurses discomfort in front of the patient. Seventh principle is objective observation of the patient to understand his behavior. Objective observation means true observation. If we truly sincerely observe the patient, we can able to understand their behavior. To avoid assumptions about the patient's behavior, we need to do objective observation always. For example, if the patient is telling his family history, nurse asks all the information about each and everyone to understand the exact reason behind the patient's adaptive and maladaptive behavior. So, to avoid all misunderstanding, objective observation is necessary. Eighth principle is maintain realistic nurse-patient relationship. Nurse-client relationship is an interaction between nurse and patient. Realistic nurse-patient relationship helps the nurse to focus on exact problems and needs of the patient. Realistic nurse-patient relationship helps the nurse to differentiate the needs and demands of the patient. This relationship is always goal-oriented. Nurse must maintain realistic nurse-patient relationship with the client to create a solid relationship. Realistic nurse-patient relationship helps the nurse to understand the actual problem of the client. 9 principles. Avoid physical and verbal force as much as possible. While talking with the client, do not show any anger towards the client. Nurse should not have any right to punish or force the client to tell their problems. Examples of physical force are violence, using restraints, locking in the room, pushing, kicking, holding tightly, forcefully feeding, slapping, etc. Examples of nonverbal force are facial expression, not listening to the patient, not giving answers for their questions, not maintaining eye contact, keeping distance, etc. Both physical and verbal force will create tension and stress in the patient, or it will create psychological trauma in patients. So be calm and quiet and while dealing with the patient. Do the procedure as much as quickly to avoid the disturbances to the patient and help educate the client in comfortable way rather than punishing him. 10. The principle is nursing care is centered on the patient as a person and not on the control of symptoms. Nursing care must focus on the patient rather than the symptoms because same symptoms we can see in different conditions and different patients. Always focus on need of the patient because different patient will show same symptoms sometimes. So understand the cause and meaning of each behavior. To make it possible, nurse must observe each patient very carefully. After observing the patient, do a detailed analysis to understand the actual need of the patient. So, nurse need adequate knowledge and practice to provide patient-centered care. 11. The principle. All explanation of the procedure and other routines are given according to the level of understanding. Patient is having the right to know what kind of treatment they are getting from the hospital. So nurse must explain the procedure and plan of care to the patient. But it must be based on the level of understanding of the patient. Each patient is having different level of understanding. This explanation is very much important to reduce the patient's anxiety towards the treatment. At the same time, they get confidence to take treatment. To understand the patient's level of understanding, communicate with the patient clearly and clarify each questions. Always check that patient is asking questions. It shows that they understand something about the discussion or procedure. Last principle is main procedure. Many procedures are modified, but basic principles remain unchanged. There are some principles nurses has to follow in every procedure, such as safety, fidelity, accountability, beneficence, non-maleficence, confidentiality, veracity, autonomy, etc. Nurses must be fair when they provide care and should not change any basic principles. Based on the convenience of the patients, can change the procedure to some extent, but should not change the principles ever. These are all the principles of psychiatric nursing or mental health nursing. So, principles means a truth that serve as a basis of any system. Here we have seen the principles of mental health nursing or principles of psychiatric nursing. The principles guide the nurse to know what is right, what they are supposed to do and not to do when giving care to the patient. Every nurse must follow these principles in every aspect of care to deliver maximum care to the needy patient. Thank you.